This is going to be a speech for consecutive interpreting, and it's about nuclear energy. It's given from the point of view of someone giving a presentation on EDF, so it's a representative of EDF, Électricité de France, a big energy company, and speaking, just sort of telling everyone about nuclear power and how great EDF is. There's quite a few facts and statistics, but it shouldn't be too long. So I'll begin now. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this presentation on EDF energy. Before I begin, please allow me to extend my deepest gratitude to the government of Morocco for inviting me to speak today at this global energy conference, and also for its warm welcome and excellent hospitality. As you know, EDF, the European leader in power generation, works hard to supply its customers around the world with clean, constant and affordable electricity, regardless of their location. We use all sources of energy, including nuclear fuel, water, coal and fuel oil, as well as ever-increasing amounts of wind energy, solar energy and biomass. Our main focus in France is on nuclear energy, with the other energy sources forming a backup to cope with peaks in the energy demand, for example, during particularly cold periods. So you may ask, why does France depend so heavily on nuclear energy? Because, as I'm sure you know, France gets the majority of its energy from nuclear power. Well, to begin with, let me simply point out that nuclear power accounts for 17% of all electrical power generated around the world. France first made inroads into this form of energy in the post-war years, when the country decided to conduct research into developing what was back then a very new type of energy source. One of France's problems was that it was heavily reliant on other countries for its energy supply. In the 1960s, France was importing 3/4 of its energy from abroad. Later on in the 1970s, and particularly after the petrol crisis in 1973, when the cost of a barrel of oil quadrupled over the course of just a few weeks, France confirmed its original decision to explore nuclear power and decided to build its own nuclear fleet, that is to say, fleet of nuclear power stations. This turned out to be a very wise decision. By the late 1980s, France was covering more than half of its own energy needs. EDF, which I'm sure you know stands for Électricité de France, is now the world's leading producer of nuclear energy. Not only that, it is also world-renowned as the leading light in technical know-how in this field. As I am sure you are all very aware, global demand for energy is constantly rising, and petroleum, gas and coal resources are in increasingly short supply, not to mention the need to combat global warming. Under such circumstances, nuclear energy, which it must be noted does not produce any greenhouse gases, is seen as an ever more crucial source of energy. And EDF is here to supply it, cleanly and constantly at an affordable cost. That is why I'm here today speaking before you, to give you the opportunity to ask me questions, anything you like, about nuclear energy. I will be happy to answer them all and have plenty of additional information in the form of leaflets and these booklets, as well as video presentations. I do hope you will come and visit me during tomorrow's trade fair to find out more about the opportunities that nuclear energy could hold for a country such as Morocco. Thank you very much for your kind attention.